audit that it's planned to be delivered on. I mean, it's going to data is going to be frozen at the end of this month, 30th of June. But we plan to deliver it like in July. So yeah, maybe like start the work stream so we don't get to rush in the last moment. And distractions, no, not really. I'll pass it to Ivy.
Thank you, Zep. My intention for this call is to get updates on how we plan to move with the next round of transparency audit. So yeah, and my distraction, just trying to create some graphic for common stuff, but I'll stay focused on this call. I pass it to Jean.
Thanks, Ivy. Just my intention is to try to get caught up with transparency and see if I can't learn what's the current status of affairs. And distractions are minimal, none really. And pass to Rex.
Hey, so yes, I don't have too many objectives this week. I mean, we finished with the unified the audit standard. Sorry, the transaction recording standard. However we put the name of it last week. So that was all done. So I just come to kind of hear what's going to be happening this week. And distractions. I am at work at the moment, so I won't contribute as much as inside the office. So I won't contribute as much today. But I'll be listening. And Anna joined, so I'll pass it to Anna.
Hey Anna, we're just doing intentions and distractions for the call, so feel free to introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, I'm Anna. I just joined. Just checking out. I thought I had another meeting here in this channel, but hi everyone. Hope you have a great week.
An intention for the call?
An intention to learn about what you do and distractions could be if I have to jump to another meeting or something like that. Maybe
Yeah, let's pass it to Bea.
Sorry?
No, normally when we end, like we pass it to someone so they go, and Bear didn't go, so I'll pass it to Bea.
Bear.
Yeah, thank you. So for me, my intention is just to check on all the updates on the work streams, and also probably I don't know if Rex will be available, but to give this like final update on the work on the data standardization sheet. I think it's really good, and it might be also worth it to talk about like the next steps into that. Like, are we gonna write like the forum post, or should we maybe start discussing it with each working group individually, if they want to use it? Like, start seeing at different options. And for distractions, yeah, I didn't sleep very well, so I'm a little tired. Maybe that's one. So I pass it back to you, Septi.
Yeah, thank you. But actually, like, since you mentioned it, like, let me share the agenda. So yeah, basically, like data standardization, I've been updating today, like the gravity one. And yeah, basically what I was planning it to do it today, but I got distracted answering in the forum for the sample proposal. But hopefully, like today, tomorrow, like the intention is to make a forum post where we present like, especially like, the forum post goal is to make a snapshot vote. So make sure like everyone is comfortable, like at least a high quorum of the community is comfortable, like making salaries transparent. And in this same forum post, I'm going to introduce this data sheet, and the idea is like make it like every working group, like if they want to pick it, they tell us like they will do it by themselves. But if some working group for some reason don't want to do it, like we can do it for them. And like just pick some hours from transparency, and that should be fine. And that's the main intention with that. Also, like I just executed the transparency proposal, so excitement for everyone. It passed pretty fast, actually. It took a couple of days, and like I just updated Gravity today. I also deleted the Gitcoin grants because it was kind of misleading on the budget. And today, with Juan, we claim the funds. So some funds are in the multisig, and some funds are in Juan's wallet in a Zcash rollup. So basically, like the intention is like just to stack more money there, because pay transaction fees, because all these things are on mainnet, and it's not a lot of money. It's just like $700. And like the data was a bit misleading, and I decided like just to first get everything when the things are transferred to the Gravity multisig, then we accounting as an income. Right now it's still not an income because it's still on a Juan's wallet, so it's not a real income in the Gravity multisig. And basically that's it. I updated that today, and the intention is just make a forum post and follow it by a snapshot vote. Hopefully this week is going to be done for sure, and it's going to be announced on the community call, so everyone is ready to vote.
Okay.
Nice.
Awesome. And did all of the dashboards and all of the things update automatically? Did they work?
I was more, everything was getting updated. I just looked more into the tables, like the tables were being correct. The graphics, I didn't check them so much, but I could do it actually.
May, I see stuff for May there. So so it's working. Okay, awesome.
It's working great. Great job, guys.
Nice. And I was just gonna say that also, like Rex, I don't know if he told you that, Septi, but he wrote like also some text for the forum post. I don't know if he shared it with you, maybe to like complement the forum post.
Yeah, he sent it to me. I think definitely we could put it there.
Okay, perfect.
As much, the more working groups that do it by themselves, the better for us. So it's less work. And it's more scalable actually. But I was just getting advice process from other stewards basically, and it's nice if we make it scalable, but it's not like an urgency. Like we, it's still like very few working groups right now. So if we can, provide some support to the people who don't want to do it, it's fine. Instead of making a snapshot vote that enforce everyone doing this shit. But because it could lead to some problems. Like imagine like someone is not doing it, and then you are DMing him, and then things get slowed down. And at the end of the day, it's like just maximum of 10 transactions per month per working group, around those lines. So if some working groups do not want to do it, as long as the data is provided to the community, we can do it for them.
Sounds good. So for now, we could say that transparency is in, Gravity is in, probably Sample as well. Right, and then we will have to see with the other working groups, right?
I'm pretty sure if I have a chat with Chui, Comms could also do it by themselves.
Nice.
And which are like stewards, I feel like stewards too. Which other working groups we have? Communitas, yeah. I mean, honestly, I feel like everyone could end up picking it, and then it's less work for us. But just in
Nice.
case, like someone do not pick it, we can just do it, and it's fine.
Yeah, or I think the way to go ahead is actually to do the forum post, see which working groups have the initiative to start doing it by themselves or contact us, and then with the remaining ones, we can go through one by one, say one a week or two a week or whatever, just asking them, what's up? Do you want to use it? Do you not? And then doing passing it ourselves or something, however we decide, putting it ourselves and doing the initial work for them, or keeping that table up with our standards.
Yeah. At the same time, like what thing we could do is like announce it on the community call. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it will help if we can set up just like one session and invite all the stewards and the community so we can explain how to use this, how to use this sheet, and just like have them onboarded here and this if we really want to push this, to encourage them to use this.
Yeah, ideally it could be in the stewards call. Like we don't need to create a new call. Like we could pick like 5 to 10 minutes in the next steward call, and I could just do an interview, like a demo of how we're using that, and then the next step would be like DM every working group lead and get a fast response if they are. It's like 15, like it's like 10 working groups or so. Not so much.
Yeah,
So,
maybe it will also help if Rex will be there. So if there will be questions about using this, and if they have additional changes, and if they wonder, if they have some requests, and maybe Rex will be there so he can advise if some of the changes that they want will be doable or not.
yeah, definitely. But I think like we can also keep it like simple with the tables. Like I feel like the graph. I'm not a big fan of those graphs, like because they are not scalable actually. Like because in the moment like
It
working.
won't work with more tokens.
Yeah.
As in
Exactly.
if to be honest on that, I think XDAI and TC is in. So just XDAI and TC I think is important because every group is going to be working with XDAI and TC. So that gives them a snapshot of their XDAI and TC. But if they have any other tokens, then we'd need to. If they have any other significant tokens, then we'd need to manually go through and make another 3 charts for them.
Yeah, and that's why I think like it's because that especially is like what I think it's not so needed actually, because like for example gravity receive Panbala tokens, they receive ETH tokens, they receive DAI, USDC, some Tether, because people do donations in whatever token they want, and then it's what I would do is like gather all the information. Maybe like we can keep those XDITC graphics. They don't hurt anyone. And then what would be more important is like when we get all the information, we make like a master sheet, like master sheet of transparency, like it's going on the audit. And this spreadsheet, like we could modify depending on the on the period, the tokens we have, what we want to present to the community, and we could adapt this one. But
like I think we can have a vote on this one whether to keep them or not, or we can show them to the and we can let the working groups decide which ones want the graphs and which ones don't. I think that most people, when it comes to data, there's a lot of people kind of don't care, or they find it more difficult to just look at the numbers. So it's much easier to see kind of what we're doing in Dune, like 2 graphs in Dune and a couple of graphs on here. So that's kind of the reason why I think to keep them for now, or let the working groups decide whether they want them or not, because ultimately the only two tabs that we will take for our aggregated sheet are the ones in yellow. The other ones, the working groups can do whatever they want with them, and it's just like it's just giving them a basic standard with which they can work. If they want to do anything else at all, they can. If they hate it, if you don't like it in Gravity, you can delete that tab. Or if the other working group doesn't want to show ID, so long as there isn't like a community-wide thing, they can delete that one as well.
Actually, ID is one of the ones that we are going to vote, so that's one that is needed actually. But
yeah.
I mean, I agree with you. Like the ones we want is like transaction sheet, ID detail, and metadata. The other ones we don't care. Honestly, if the tables are there,
yeah. So the transaction sheet already has the IDs, so we don't need the ID detail.
Okay.
So it's just the transaction sheet, and either the transaction sheet and the metadata to make some validation and check what they're putting is all correct, or just the transaction sheet is all we're going to need from each working group. The metadata just helps to check like they don't write, I don't know,
new information.
Coin as one of the coins, right?
Yeah.
Or something like that. And yeah, so that's all. So yeah, in summary, I suggest we let the working groups decide what they want to do with these graphs, and
Yeah, we just leave them there. I don't think as long as as long as we let them know it's only counting for XI at DC and whatever they use more is not going to be there and it's not going to be relevant information. As long as we make that clear, I actually don't mind. Like what I think it's important for us is like getting this transaction sheet and the metadata, as you said before. Like that's the only thing we care. And then when we have this information, we can create like the final sheet, like like the one that's going to make it into the audit. And depending on the period, like the tokens we use or stop using, like we could make this the sheet that involves them all. Like we can even evolve it like from period to period, right? And and in this one we should coordinate, like especially with sample. Like we have to make sure like sample what they need. And as long as we make that, I feel like we succeed.
I have a question about the issue about having too many tokens and that it's not possible to put all of them in the graph. So right now, are you saying that it's because in the transactions sheet they're like XI balance, CC balance, and give balance, and what you were saying earlier is like if we add more tokens, it won't be the graphs won't be able to reflect them all. Is that right?
You need to update the sheet, but and that would mean like updating it for every working group, and this only adds work. And what I'm trying to say is like we can just get it simple for the working groups, and if we need to add new tokens on the master sheet, we can do that because we don't need to coordinate with the working groups to do that. As long as they bring us like accurate information, we can build whatever we want with that. But it's like not, oh, Gravity needs this token, oh, Stewards need this other thing, and transparency being there like fixing their sheets. I think like this is not what we want. Like it only adds work. And
what if instead of adding like XDAI, TC, and every token, how would we just categorize like the third one, like other tokens in general? Other tokens that are not TC and XDAI.
The problem is that none
just
of
to
them
have
are
that
dollars.
transparency.
You cannot. So converting to dollars is a pain in the neck, if not impossible.
Yeah.
So if they have 1 billion poop coins, each worth 0, or if they have 30 billion Luna, it's like what, $2, right? But it'll appear as 30 billion. So that's the reason why it's not worth doing charts for the other kind of smaller tokens. Right?
And it doesn't have to be smaller tokens. Maybe they have some ETH,
But if they decide
Bitcoin.
to like, if Give's in the master sheet, I think I left 3. On the template sheet, there's XDI, and Give. Those are the three ones we have charts for. In the Gravity one, I took the Give. Either you took the Give one out or I took the Give one out.
Yeah, I actually think like what'd be nice, like if you Rex still willing to contribute here, is like making like start working on the bigger shit, like involves like laser tag funds, reward board funds. I could actually like work with you with that, so make like help. What's the TC treasury looking like, and we could use like we could also use like the previous audit as a support. But I think like the next step would be get that shit done. So and at least like in a phase like we could do some advice before like getting it finished, but we could also do some advice process with sample, like is this what you guys need, and having like again like all these multi-sigs, like we have some multi-sigs that are from the DAO, right? And I was even suggesting today in a forum post sending some money to the agent. That's also another DAO tool we have. And the idea is like having all of those in one sheet, like all the working groups, all the multi-sigs that we acquired, and basically like that's it. Like that would be like this is treasury.
Yeah.
So
on Sampo we can. So I asked Gideon if we can share the sheet tomorrow, so we can.
Which one?
Although the template, to get them on.
Oh yeah.
Officially on board, I guess. And see if that's what they're after. The one. So the master sheet. We're gonna have to decide. We're gonna have to decide whether. So whether we want it to be static, so only once every month or something, or whether we want it to update automatically. And if we want it to update automatically, then every working group that kind of makes a copy needs to give us a link to that copy, right? And then with that link, I believe I can just pull the data from that sheet onto a master one and put it all together.
What if we create one for every working group, and then we start distributing them, and if they want to update it, they update it, and if not, we update it for them, but at least you have all the links. And then in the future, new working groups might also rise, old working groups might leave, but we can make sure like we can add and remove links as we need. Well, I don't think we need to remove anything, but add links.
I'd suggest instead we can allow the working groups to kind of make copies and so on. And while that is brewing, we can turn transparency into this format, and then go from the basis of 2 to make the accumulated one. And then once we start having more links, we add the rest. Does that make sense?
Why do you think it's a bad idea having like the links by us and then making the editors?
Yes, that would make more sense. But do you want to impose that on the working groups?
I mean, we just we get the template and we just copy one for every working group, make the steward editor of this document, and then they can add people to edit it as they need. But then we already have all the links, so we can get the job done faster, actually.
That makes a lot of sense. Are you gonna want to make a Google account just for this, or do you want to have them all on your personal account?
I mean, unless someone, I mean, we could use a token engineering account if you guys think this is better.
Oh, there is a token engineering Google.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course, for the videos.
Yeah. The one for the
Okay.
YouTube and
Yeah.
everything, and Medium.
Yeah.
And
Can we do
Hubspot.
that then? Can we
Yeah, I have
create
access to.
like
I have access to
10
this account,
copies?
but yeah. I mean, we could do that, but at the same time, I feel like maybe if we get, then you have to log into 2 accounts. Like, yeah. I mean, I guess like that's the right way. I could do that. Yeah, definitely.
No, because basically, you can give your own personal account editor access, but just to have the files created in TEC account.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They're all in the same folder in the TEC Google Drive, if you will.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that's going to be much easier to work with.
Okay, I'll do that during the week. One for every working group with the token engineering account.
Okay.
Like, is there like if you have it before, like let's say like if you have it today, it would be beneficial. Like I just want to ask from you, like how fast do you need me to do that?
It's so I think the first we can move the transparency. So during this week, you do that of the moving gravity onto that TEC. So make a copy on the TEC,
Yeah.
do the template on the TEC, and then Bear and I, if you're down for it, and yourself, Septi, whoever wants, can do the transparency spending into the format.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
And then definitely. That sounds very good.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll make it like as soon as possible. Those sheets.
Okay.
Well.
Oh, sorry, I had my mic on. Yeah, no, it sounds great, guys. Yeah, I'm down for it.
Great. Okay. And once we have like this, all the data, we can start. Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. I'll do the email docs.
Just a little curious about what do you think, Jim, about all of these projects? Do you have any comments?
Well, not particularly at the moment.
Okay. If you don't have anything to say, Jim, I think we can move to the next point of the agenda. And yeah, basically, like there's not much update here. The designers were on holiday, but yeah, just like the wireframes still the same. And ideally, designers are going to start working on it during this week, like Wednesday or something. Like they will be back to Spain. So yeah, back to normal, and the job can start moving. So no update in that front. Then I put it in the agenda. Like we could talk about the Dune updates you were doing, Rex. I don't know if you like. I know you're at your work, so feel free to skip if you think you need to skip. But if not, like it'd be nice, like if you present the queries you have.
So I've done that because I'm on my phone. I don't have my. But basically, I'll show the chart in for Sampo. But now we have a So I have created a chart that shows the balance of every working group day by day, and the sum of all of the balances in all of the working groups together day by day.
Nice.
And so the chart basically is like a rainbow. Each of the colors of the rainbow is one working group or the common pool or whatever, and that each band of the rainbow represents the balance of each of the working groups, and the total of all of these rainbows shows, the balance of the whole of the TC. Now, last week I was only able to do just for XDAI, and over the week I created a conversion, so I got just TC, and then now I've added them together. So I've got TC, Give, and XDAI. I've done those three.
Great. Then the latest...
same as the working groups like token things. Because the price data tables that Dune makes are very bad are very incomplete in for the chain we're using for XDive chain. I had to make it manually, and so the balances are on the basis of those three tokens. Like, Dune won't give you a history of price inside XDAI for all of the different tokens. They only do that on Ethereum. So yeah, but it'll have those three tokens, and if there's any need for another one, adding another one is going to be fairly simple.
Great. That's what I wanted to ask. And you could also add LPs like this one, because, for example, like LaserTag is having like give TC LP on Honeyswap. Do you think we could include those?
So give TC LPs.
Yeah, that's something like that.
Where does the price of those come from?
From Honeyswap? I don't know.
Well, we can check, but yes, if there's a so the contract I have basically, so what I've built is get a price feed from any LP. So it grabs every time XDAI was sold or TC was bought on Honeyswap, you have an exchange rate, and that I'm taking as the price history for any of the tokens. If this LP token also has an exchange pair on Uniswap to go from this. Well, anyway, I can look at how the balance is derived on that. But if it does have if it does have an exchange pair, then it's a matter of changing one line of code. If it doesn't, then I'll have to consider it differently. But it probably can be done. I've been having quite a lot of fun on Dune, so.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, and if we still do not find like where this Unigive TC comes from, like we could always ask GH. He put the lane for this one. So yeah, we could always use advice process from him, and then we know how to do it, and we can do it ourselves for the future ones.
I think the give price comes from CoinGecko.
No, I'm not sure. Like you mean the bug from CoinGecko?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but as you can see, the bug in CoinGecko is not reflected here, so that means we did a great job. Better than CoinGecko, huh?
I think that what's it? I'm not sure. Last I heard, Dune was using Coin Paprika. That weird that weird one. If they're using CoinGecko now, that's pretty cool.
No, I don't think they're using CoinGecko.
But yeah, it's basically CoinGecko. It's just a competitor that no one knows about because they're easier to they're easiher to implement. I think was the reason I used.
I have no idea. Like I've
Anyway,
that.
yeah, well, you'll have to see because I think when you click on the name, you can see how the hell they derived this on the not on that name, on the name of the table. It gives you like the whole SQL statement, and then I can see in there
That's
how
true.
they yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that since you are going to present it tomorrow on Sample, I think like I'll probably going to be there too, so we could check the updates there and and see what if we need to integrate it to the main dashboard, just like the final one.
Okay.
And then the last topic of the call is like maybe we start organizing like for the new audit. We could use this. We could have like just some soft commits on who's doing what. What? Why it's not showing the batch process? I'm not finding the audit form post. Like the one where we have like all the intention is to here. That was why. Okay. So basically like since Uber and Gina and Rex are new here. Basically like the audit consists from like all these points. So basically like we first list all the processes. Oh, I'm not sharing.
You're sharing, but the latest version of this is in the comment section because
true.
we revised the
true.
articles. Yeah.
Okay, so part one, maybe it's worth like put it on like we did on the last time, like have it on a document so we can start soft working there. Maybe we can even use like the one we have here, right? So we don't open a new one, the one that's been in the transparency channel.
Yeah, I'm trying to look for the file.
Yeah, it's here. Should we delete this and say like 002?
Maybe you can duplicate this one, like make a copy and then remove those parts. Yeah, if you can send me this link, Zepti, I can create the new file.
Okay, and you pin it on the transparency?
Yes.
Let me send it to you. Yeah, you have it. Yeah, the thing is we don't have an index here, but maybe I can just use the proposal for now. So yeah, basically, I mean, I just want to know like who's doing what, so we make sure like it gets done. Like the deadline, it would be like 31 of July. I think. No, I mean, let's keep it a week before. I would say like deadline would be like 22 of July. Then we have like a full week to make latest updates. So like the real deadline to present to the community would be like 30. That's. I mean, we could use it like Friday. Those 3 days, and it would work. But our deadline internally would be like 22, even during these weeks. So we could present it on the week like we did last time. So I mean, I guess like Ivy, you're picking 1 and 2 like last time, right? And 3 now, since you're covering already it's
Yes.
something like it's already semi done.
Mm. Yeah, I'll do 1 to 3.
I feel like part 4, if you want to do it, Rex, I think something like it could be done by you, and then I'll support it here, like making like sure like all the data is accurate there.
Okay,
So,
sounds good.
like this is basically like getting all the sheets you're working on, get that part done, and then we will also include there some other things like the whatever is the revenue is making, like the bonding curve. Then we are also going to also audit their like laser tag rewards board. But I will support you in everything you need there. Then token holders. I don't know if you want to like this is something like NT was doing. I don't know, Bear, if you want to do it. Like this is actually like pretty simple one. Like you can also go to the old file and check how that was being done. And then
Yeah, no worries. I can do that.
great. And NT was also doing 7. I don't know if I mean this is what was NT doing before, and if you want to do it now, since he's not joining anymore, I think it would be like a perfect match. Then I could do 6, and and support anyone in everything you guys need. I'll be glad to support there. So yeah, I'll create issues on ZenHub just to keep ourselves accountable there. Do I have your GitHub account, Rex? Are you in the TC repo?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah, and then I'll onboard you there. Great. Yeah, I think like everything's covered. We are 15 minutes ahead. Like I don't know if someone have any comment or something, or we could just wrap up earlier. Yeah, it seems like no one is saying anything. So let's. Oh, sorry, Rex, you mute. Please say something.
No. I'm okay.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'll give 15 minutes back of your life, guys. Thank you so much, and yeah, let's keep coordinating, especially on the audit, and yeah, have a good week. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Zepti.
Thank you, guys.
Bye, everyone.